All right, let's talk about artificial intelligence. We're going to demystify it and help you go from just being a user to being a confident co-pilot with these tools that are, let's face it, reshaping our world. This is your essential guide.
So, when I say AI, what pops into your head? Is it, futuristic robots and spaceships? That's a super common picture. But the reality is, AI isn't some far-off concept anymore. It is already here, and it's woven right into the fabric of your daily life.
In fact, you've probably used it multiple times today without even giving it a second thought. I mean, every time Spotify nails that next song recommendation, or Google Maps finds a sneaky shortcut around traffic, or a chatbot on a website actually helps you out, yeah, that's AI. It's the invisible engine running in the background of so much of our digital lives.
Okay, so if we're going to get good at using this stuff, we first have to get what it's actually doing. So let's start with a really crucial distinction.
For a long time, AI was all about analyzing stuff that already existed. Finding patterns in data, recognizing faces in photos. But the big shift, the thing everyone's talking about right now, is generative AI. And this is a whole different animal. It doesn't just analyze, it creates. It can write you emails, dream up images from scratch, or even compose music, all based on a simple instruction from you.
This right here is the perfect way to think about it. An AI isn't some thinking, conscious being. It's a ridiculously powerful prediction machine. It's looked at basically the entire internet and just learned the patterns of how words and pixels fit together. So when you give it a prompt, it's just reflecting your words back at you based on those patterns. If you're clear, you get clarity. If you're vague, well, it has to guess.
And that whole mirror idea leads us directly to the single most important skill you can develop in this new world: learning the art of the ask.
This is the golden rule. Seriously. The AI is not a mind reader, it's a tool, and you are the one driving. You have to think of it less like a search engine and more like a super capable but very literal assistant who needs crystal clear directions. Vague prompts, you're going to get vague, useless answers. But sharp, detailed prompts, that's when you unlock its real magic.
So how do you actually build a great prompt? Here's the thing. You don't have to nail it on the first try. Use what we call a layered technique. Start broad, with just a general idea. Then ask for structure, like an outline. From there, you can zoom in on one specific piece and tell it to expand on it. Then you can tweak the tone. See? It's a conversation. It's a back and forth where you shape the idea together.
Okay, check this out. This is a masterclass in prompt writing. Let's break down why it's so good. First, it gives the AI a role. Act as a travel writer. That puts it in character. Then, it gives it clear context, a remote Scottish island. And finally, it sets the tone and constraints. Vivid, emotional, and slightly eerie. With directions this good, you're not just getting back facts, you're guiding it to create a specific piece of art. And hey, if you really want to push the boundaries and get creative, don't forget the magic keys, what-if questions. What if gravity worked differently? What if we designed cities for people instead of cars? These kinds of prompts push the AI past just regurgitating information and into the realm of pure imagination. And that's where some of the most exciting ideas can come from.
Okay, but with all this incredible power comes a huge catch. It is absolutely crucial to understand AI's biggest weakness, its tendency to be a very, very confident liar.
This is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. An AI could totally spit out a quote like this. Why? Because it sounds plausible. It fits the pattern of smart person says a clever thing. The problem is, it's completely made up. And this phenomenon is one of the single biggest risks of using these tools.
Right. So there's a technical name for this, and you've probably heard it: hallucination. It happens when the AI gets a question it doesn't have solid data for, so it just fills in the blanks. It guesses. And the most dangerous part? It presents these made-up facts with the exact same level of confidence as it does real information. There is no little red flag to warn you. And this isn't just a funny little quirk. It has serious, real-world consequences. A lawyer in the US found this out the hard way. He used an AI for legal research, and it gave him a whole list of past court cases that seemed to perfectly support his argument. The only problem, the AI made them all up. Every single one. The lawyer didn't check, submitted the work, and ended up getting sanctioned by the court. Ouch. And the danger isn't just about making up facts. It's also about bias that's baked right into the system. Back in 2020, an algorithm in the UK was used to assign student exam grades, but it was trained on historical data.
And that data showed that students from certain schools tended to get lower grades. So the algorithm learned that pattern and automatically downgraded the scores of perfectly smart students just because of the school they went to. The public was furious, and the grades had to be thrown out.
So what's the big takeaway from all this? It's simple. The buck stops with you. The responsibility for what's true, what's fair, and what the final product looks like, it's all on you. You're the final judge.
You have to think of anything an AI gives you as a first draft. That's it. It's just raw material. It's a starting point. It's your job to be the editor, to check the facts, to clean up the language, to add your own unique perspective, and to make sure the final version is something you can stand behind. The machine is the assistant, you are the author.
And this brings us to this really important concept called AI literacy. And this isn't just for coders and tech people, it's a new skill for everyone. It's really built on 3 things. First, just understanding the basics of how this tech works. Second, knowing how to talk to it effectively, that art of the ask. And third, and maybe most important, embracing your role as a critical, ethical, and responsible user.
So let's make this practical. Here's your critical thinking toolkit. Number 1, verify everything. Never, ever trust, always verify. 2, use the AI to challenge yourself. Don't just ask it to agree with you, ask it to play devil's advocate and find the holes in your ideas. 3, actively look for bias. Ask yourself, is this answer reflecting a really narrow point of view? And finally, always remember the human touch. You bring the context, the values, and the real creativity that a machine just doesn't have. Look, it's so tempting to use these tools just to go fast, right? To get that good enough answer in seconds. But that is a trap. The real power comes when you slow down and use AI as a partner to help you get to a better, more accurate, more thoughtful result. The goal isn't just to be faster, it's to be truer.
At the end of the day, AI is an incredible tool. It has massive potential. It can be a creative partner, a research assistant, a catalyst for brand new ideas. It provides the raw material, the clay, but the final shape, what you decide to build with it, thoughtfully and responsibly, that is entirely up to you.